Hey VC, it's Gordon I Dig Vinyl here with a quick response to Martin the Vinyl Scavenger's cool thread, which is titled Red and Dead. Like the idea jumping on it, and I like the idea supporting someone else with their push to 500 subs, which I think he's gone on to achieve already. So big up to Martin for that. I really liked the thread idea, so I thought I'll have a little shot. I came to the thread via Rob Walker. So shout out to Rob Walker as well. He's a great supporter of loads of, well, everybody across the VC, isn't he? I remember he shouted out my channel when it just got started a couple of months ago. So cheers to Rob again, and it's another example of Rob introducing me to someone new. So cheers to that. So I'm going to go fairly quickly. Haven't really thought of how many albums I have that are red and certainly not dead. So it's an interesting concept. I don't have as many red spines as I maybe thought I had. I've got a few here, quite random. Obviously, way too many people falling into the dead category, but a good chance to maybe celebrate some music that I've maybe not listened to for a little while. So I'll crack on, fly through them, and I'll start with the red, although some of the red are dead. So first up, first Red Spine, great album from earlier on this year, and maybe appropriately enough, it's about death actually. So this is Red and Death. It's Alan Sparhawk's album with Trampled by Turtles, which is his second album that he put out since the really sad death of his wife and musical partner, muse, all sorts from Low, Mimi Parker. So it's a great album, very powerful, very raw. The grief, the rage, all the processes of trying to come to terms with that loss is loud and clear in this. It's very personal, brilliant album. I really like Alan Sparhawk as an artist, as a singer. With full respect to him for putting out this piece of work. It's a great album in its own right. So Alan Sparhawk's album from earlier on this year, with Trampled by Turtles, my first red one. Next up, pretty sure this is Red and Dead, but this is Ricky Longa's classic album, Zambia. So I don't often miss an opportunity to share a wee bit of Sam Rock out there. So here's an absolute classic. This is one that was a little record of the month from my pal Jack at the Vinyl Voyage. It was a great choice from him. So Ricky Illalonga, real titan of the Zamrock scene. This is a solo album by him. It's just brilliant. Quite different styles going on here. Some of it's almost sort of folky. Then you get the more sort of traditional, harder rock stuff of the Zamrock scene. But yeah, it's really good. Ricky Illalonga's album Zambia. Highly recommend it. Another one which is red, and I don't know whether dead, I have to say. Apologies, Towns, if you're still on the go there, but I'm a bit ignorant to that. An album that I really like, I've not listened to enough, and I like the Martin's thread for making me pull it out. So I'll listen to it a bit more now. Towns Van Zant's great album, Our Mother, The Mountain. It's the only album I've got by Towns Van Zant. Really like it. As I say, I've not listened to it enough, but when I have played it, I've really enjoyed. Again, a great singer. He's got a brilliant, sort of mournful tone about him. Brilliant sort of country rock, I suppose. Great singer-songwriter stuff. The song Our Mother the Mountain is just brilliant, as are stuff like Tecumseh Valley and Snake Mountain Blues and so on. So another great album, which is definitely red and could well be dead. Funnily enough, so is this. An album I just picked up last week, and a big bundle of other stuff, and really enjoy it. So I thought I'll give it a little bit of this year again. This is Tommy Hunt live at the Wigan Casino from 1976. He's not an artist I was very familiar with at all, but he's a brilliant soul singer. He's a kind of contemporary of all the big hitters of the 60s, and he kind of went on to carve out a new career as a northern soul guy, doing the rounds in England for quite a long time. This is him live at Wigan, and it's a raucous gig, type of place that you would have loved to have been at this one. The energy is just bouncing out the speakers when you listen to it. It's absolutely tremendous. Loads of kind of soul classic songs. He's got a brilliant voice, full of energy, kind of energy reminiscent of James Brown, but a voice that kind of channels the Wilson Pickett's, the Otis Reddings, that kind of idea. So this is Tommy Hunt, who's red and he's dead too. Another one, last red one quickly. I think all these people are certainly alive and well and still busy, because this is an album from just last year. It's an Italian band called The Gluts with their album which is called Bang. It's on Fuzz Club Records. It's one I picked up when I had a Fuzz Club subscription. It was their record of the month for one of the months in 2024. And I didn't really play it too much at the time, but I've listened to it more recently. It's described as psych punk with an experimental, sort of punchy, fast-paced punk, experimental energy, feedback blasted. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Some of it's in Italian, most of it's in English. Dead sort of fuzzy, punky, good music. The singer actually sounds a wee bit like Shane MacGowan, which sounds a bit odd, but he's got that kind of tone of voice, and it's over that sort of psyche punk or neo-psyche punk stuff, which is a good listen, full of energy, quite dark, but sort of upbeat at the same time. So just noticed the last one on this red one is Born and Die. It's a good point to move into the Dead, which is really cheery. We'll start off with one of my favourite records of all time, I would say. It's got to be in my top something or other if I ever think about that properly, but I absolutely love Velvet Underground Loaded. Played it to death on CD when I picked it up as a teenager. Got it in vinyl a while ago. Know it inside out. I think it's just a work of absolute genius, masterpiece. And two members are dead here. We've still got Mo Tucker, Doug Yule. Oh, just Mo and Doug. So I think Sterling and Lou, certainly Lou, have passed away. So an absolutely magnificent album, one of my favourites, and yes. Saw them live in '95. I think John Cale was part of the lineup as well. They played live in Edinburgh. It was outstanding. Bit of a dream to watch them. And since then, two have passed away, but great album. Another one, which I think is a brilliant album I've been listening to quite a lot recently, is this, again, masterpiece by Bob Marley and the Wailers, Uprising. It's his last album before he died. There's a theme coming through here, isn't there? It's his last album, released in 1980. There was one that came out after his death, I think, but he was certainly alive at the time of this release. Brilliant album. Songs like Could You Be Loved, Pimper's Paradise, stuff like that. Great tunes, but I think to end with the Redemption song and his last album when he knew he wasn't well and so on, it's just pretty special. I think tapping into the lyrics of that, inspired by the Marcus Garvey speech and stuff, is great. So I don't know where this kind of stands in amongst the canon of Bob Marley, but for me it's just an absolute classic, and I love the choice of the cover as well. I think he knew he was unwell, and you get this kind of magnificent picture of somebody just rising from the earth or something like that with the sun behind it. So yeah, cracker. Pulled out a Doors album. Just a wee change though. Jim's not here because of course he was dead. It's a brilliant album. It's one that, as a Doors fan, as a kind of young sort of teenager and stuff like that, devoured all their music all the time. Again and again, all the main albums on CD and stuff. But I didn't touch this. I didn't think I would be interested in anything after Jim had died. But it's a cool album. There's a lot of great songs, and I like the kind of evolution of the style. There's kind of longer, almost kind of jazz rock sort of wig out up songs, which I really enjoy. There's the kind of magic of is it Le Mosquito? It's just a funny song. It's so catchy. I believe it was absolutely massive in South America. So yeah, this is a cool album. You kind of wonder. Some of it sounds like it could have just come straight out of Ellie Woman, but then again, there's a definite evolution of the sound that moves off into different directions. So you sometimes wonder what the songs would be like with Jim Morrison's vocals. But yeah, it's the Doors and Full Circle, which is a good album in its own right for sure. Another one I've enjoyed recently. It's two absolute titans that are no longer around, unfortunately. That's Tony Allen and Hugh Masekela, the kind of father of Afrobeat on drums and a maestro of the trumpet playing with each other. It's great. Great listen all the way through. It just sounds like people who have enjoyed the experience working together and taking their music in all sorts of directions. Just two maestros, as I say. A brilliant album. No, neither of them are with us anymore, sadly. But this is Tony Allen and Hugh Masekela's Rejoice. And going quite quickly here, I thought I'd finish with one which is Red, Dead and Red Hot. Well, it's red on the front, it's not on the spine. Is there a hotter album than Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On? Good grief. Listened to this again recently, and this is red hot, isn't it? He's a red hot lover. It's the sexiest album ever, for sure. Brilliant piece of stuff. And I'm just going to quickly read this wee bit, which I like from Marvin. He says, where is it? Have your sex. It can be very exciting if you're lucky. I hope the music that I present here makes you lucky. How hot? Anyway, brilliant album. That was me. Rattled through that quite quick. So, just a response to Martin's initial thread, which I enjoyed having a wee hunt around the shelves to pull out some stuff I've not listened to for a while as usual. And a shout out again to Rob Walker for putting me in Martin's direction. Enjoyed listening to the albums, enjoyed making the thread, checking out the other ones that are there. In the meantime, hope everybody's doing well. See you later, guys. Bye.